Hello and welcome to December Days for the 13th of December. We're into the second half of this Advent season. I'm Wayne Clarke. I'm pastor at Trinity Baptist Church in Gorton, and I'm here each day in December, and each day we have a word for the day for Advent. Today is our final day in the Old Testament half of our Advent series before we move into the Gospels, and today's word for the day is light. Let me read to you from Isaiah chapter 60. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the peoples. But the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. The Old Testament prophets speak of hope for the future. And one of the ways they speak of hope is of a new dawn, or of the sun rising and light coming into darkness. The prophet here is speaking of the city of Jerusalem, but it stands for all the faithful people of God who are in darkness and are searching for light. And light is the symbolic of the presence of God himself. He is with you, Isaiah says, like a new day coming, like a beam of light shining into a dark place. The coming of God is described as the glory of the Lord. This is a phrase that's often associated with light, and it's used to mean the active presence of God with his people in visible form. It's associated with the cloud of his presence in the wilderness, the reality of God being with us. And all these images are what Advent is all about. Advent is about light in the darkness, the coming of God among us, not being far off, but being near to us, here with us, bringing hope and strength. In the dark, well, you can easily lose your bearings. You can't see the way to go. It can be scary and you can lose your confidence. But Advent points us to Jesus, who is the light of the world. Jesus stood up and said, "Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." We follow Jesus because he gives light to life. In Isaiah here and in John's Gospel, where those words about the light of life come from, darkness doesn't mean badness or evil. Darkness means rejecting God and his ways and rejecting God's Son, Jesus. It's like we use the phrase today about being kept in the dark about something. But Jesus is the one God has sent into the world to drive back that darkness, that ignorance, that lack of knowledge about God, because Jesus perfectly reveals God. When we walk in darkness, we say no to Jesus, or we keep turning our backs on him. But when we come to Jesus in faith, we know God and we enter into the light. So now in December Days, we turn from the Old Testament and the prophecies of hope to the New Testament and the dawning of the light. See you tomorrow on December Days.